Hi there, I'm Robert Bruce Anderson, and today I'm making a video for you on a custom door manufacturing business idea. In other words, how you can make your own custom doors and sell them easily and have an almost guaranteed business idea. This video is a reaction or caused by the fact that I made another video that was impromptu. I just kind of saw the idea and made a quick video about it, and in that video I promised to make you a more structured video, which is what this is. Okay, let me run through this business idea with you. So I'm going to cover the research, the ideas, the options, then the pre-research, then the marketing, and how you can get it started. Obviously, this is not a complete business course. This is just to get you all fired up and get your juices going on how to do it. Okay, now, if you go online and search Google for custom doors, you're going to get a lot of options and have a look around. The concept, though, is to make these doors stunningly beautiful, but at the same time, obviously custom done. You want your clients, visitors, and friends to know that that's not a door that they bought off the shelf. So your samples and your ideas need to have things included in it that make it obvious. At the same time, your costing and pricing needs to be carefully done, that you're not busy on a door for a month and then you've got to add an entire salary or whatever your projected income needs to be. There aren't too many people that are going to pay you for that. But by the way, in the same sentence, there are people that would want to pay $10,000 plus for a door, believe me. So you've got to see how and where your market's set up. I do in fact suggest that you do produce a single, well, not a single door, a single example of a door. We're talking now a double door with side panels and above things and every bit of feature into it. And literally you tell people that is $15,000. So that they get over the shock of that. Or those that can afford it will say, okay, cool, can we look into that? And you know you've got a really nice profitable one. Those that are horrified at that price, you tell them, don't panic, there are a lot of other options, and then you show them the $2,000 one or whatever your prices are. Okay. These examples I put on this page is just to get your juices flowing. Obviously you're going to be doing combinations of you're going to be mixing your beading with your wrought iron work or your hand painted onto stained glass ones. This is just to give you an idea of the sort of customized work that I've thought of. And by the way, I've done crafting my entire life, and in fact I've even had door related businesses, kitchen businesses and things. So a lot of this I have done, but in kitchen doors as opposed to full-size doors. In fact, when I was doing commercial decorating, I did versions of this too. Okay, so you could take a wooden door, for example, and add beading to it and have wooden pieces that would match the door or contrast the door, cut with laser cutters or hand cut with jigsaws and things, and you could then add features and things, house numbers, names. You could add animals, you could do elk or even horns, you could put curios and other things. You could add, the ideas are endless. All sorts of things that are stuck on as an aftermarket, if you like. Okay. So on that side of it, the ideas literally go endless. Then from the glass and the lighting point of view, the obvious options are stained glass, sandblasted glass, and beveled glass. If you, for example, just doing beveled glass, then perhaps you need it to be cut into unique shapes and patterns. In other words, the panels it goes into. And just that alone is too ordinary, and you'd have to then add other things to it. I have seen a person who used their skill from being in the sign business. In other words, shop signs and sign writing signs, where they do a lot of things with backlit glass and things. And so you could introduce elements of that by researching the glass sign business people, and introduce that into doors with LEDs and things, house numbers that light up and things. So there are a lot of options that you could do with that. And if you do anything with lighting, then try to find a night market somewhere where you can show it off to its full effect, and you will get sales from there. Okay, so now in the hand-painted, this stain side, you've got to watch out that you don't get too arty-farty with people. I have found out in the past that people don't necessarily want to go too far from normal. But doing things like leather panels and then maybe faux finishes around the edges or multi-faux finishing them, in other words, where it's a fielded panel door. A fielded panel door is those where it's like it's 3D, if that's an easier way to explain it. But fielded panel means it's at least a 5-panel door. It's put in together with pieces. It's not routed out. So those are easier to hand paint. And incidentally, if you're hand painting wood, it's expensive. Then have it done with fiber boards, whatever they are called in your country. MDF fiber boards, medium density fibers. It's called superwood in places. But anyway, it's doors that are made up that need to be painted in, because you couldn't leave them like that. So those would often, from a cost point of view, be cheaper to use. But so you could even fully hand paint an entire picture, like a mural on a door, and there are people that would like that, and there are certain businesses that would want that. So lodges and B&Bs, might want each door painted with a different flower and a room number. This is the begonia room, this is the daisy room, whatever it is. You've got to take the ideas to people from that custom door point of view. And then wrought iron and steelwork is an option that you'd need to bring in an element if you like, right down to matching handles and things to do with this. And in all cases, up and down of these, if you're going to hand paint it, then have a hand painted handle that matches. If you're going to go with the whole brass or steel, stainless steel look, do it. And make sure that the stainless steel panels are inserts and everything matches with that. Do high gloss painting on it. Literally, like, go to a car place and have them spray your door for you so that it comes out with an extremely high gloss finish. Which, by the way, these days you are able to buy. So be careful that you don't end up with this very expensive door that they could have done with a wrap door. Now again, that's a word that I know is local, and I'm not sure how international it is. But those are vinyl machines that wrap doors. They're mostly for kitchens and things, but they're obviously doing it on front doors and things too. So you've got to take care that you're not, ending up with this wrap door. Yeah, by the way, if you've gone back to the beading and you added, let's say, animals and things, you could then take that door that you've done and take it to a door wrapping place, and they will then wrap it for you, and you now have the thing that's the profile, or the thing that's in relief underneath the wrap will show up. You just got to be careful that it doesn't, lose its detail. So there's lots of ideas with how you can do your custom doors. I repeat, the most important thing is make it unique and stand out. And perhaps the next most important thing is that it is of an extremely high quality. Okay, let's go to how you would pre-research your business. Okay, firstly, I've put a really dumb question up here, but it's so important. Do you actually want to do this? If you're going to go ahead and do a business, hand painting and doing custom doors, make sure it's something you really want to do, you love doing. Otherwise, what's the point? Be in business because it's really cool. Okay, keyword research is something you've really got to do in detail, and I've done a lot of it. The other video that I made is covered in there. A lot of it is covered in that video. Go and have a look at it, and it'll give you an idea as to what your potential is. I talk a lot about that in there, about local search, because a door business is not something you can pop in the post and send to Brisbane from here, from South Africa. They could have bought a small house for that cost. So, actually not in Australia, but yeah, the point is that it's most likely local search. So you need to double check that you're in a place where you're able to supply the doors, or where your cost of delivery is still worthwhile, and that's a business plan. So that goes to the next section. Make sure your pure costs, your running costs, in other words, right down to the cost of making coffee every day, your electricity, your fuel cost, your staff, your administrative costs, telephone costs. Not just counting the manufacturing side of it, your disposable sandpapers and things, paints, thinners, solvents, everything that goes with it. Believe me, it's a list of stuff that can give you a nosebleed. I've done it and run it for a long time. I had a furniture business for a long time, and it's cool if it's all built in. The trick is to make sure you know those costs and it's correctly marked up, and then therefore able still to sell at that price. So it's a little bit of research you'd have to do. Don't start the business and then afterwards find out, oh wow, nobody's prepared to pay this price, and then say, but I can't cut my price because then I don't make any money. Well then, hello, you shouldn't have started. You needed to have done this pre-research properly. I'm going to talk about other things later on to do with this, but I do have a way of researching a course. It's $10 or something. A course that, I think it might be 17, I'm not sure, that you can go and see the link. I'm going to give you a link just now. You can go and look at that if you like. That course is to research crafts. But it will help you. For example, it'll tell you, let's take an obvious thing. One of the things I'll tell you to research, find out what people want, is to go to your local bookstore and look at what magazines are there. Now, I can tell you pretty certainly there's very unlikely to be a magazine on doors. In fact, it's safe to say there's never one. But there are magazines on decor. And if you go into decor side of it, you might find that once you've got your business running and your profits are X, that it pays you to run a full page ad in one of the high upmarket where they will pay for custom doors. And from a single ad, let's go to South African rands, 40,000 rand here, I could get 20 orders with a profit of 10,000 rand each, and make 200,000 turnover profit. Return on investment for that is massive. So this is all part of your research to know that there is ways of making people come and buy your stuff. Truthfully, for me, the most obvious is a keyword research. If people are looking it up online and your website is first, you do not need to worry. It's as simple as that. If everything else is done correctly, your business plan is done right, your costs are correct, you know every single cent that it's costing you to run and be happy, and preferably all of that working half day, which would be beautiful, then your business plan is correct. Then you've got to go and see that they're buyers, and to do that, it's keyword research. I promise you. Go and look at the other video and you will see there are definitely people looking for what you can offer them. Okay, then in your research, you also have to go ahead and make sample products, not just because then you're going to find out the hard way that you've done your business plan all wrong. There's double the amount of glue you need, or you forgot to add glue. Whatever it is, sample products at the same time. In fact, let's go and have a look at your marketing if I've covered it in here. Yeah, I have. So once you've got those sample products, and understand that you might have a budget problem. In fact, life is about budget problems, truthfully. So if that's the case, then do your research for far longer and make just 5 doors. If you've got ample budget and you can afford to kind of, go ahead and make 30 doors, you'd be far better off. If somebody could come to a place and look at 30 doors and say, oh, wow, at the 4th door, you've scored. Now, what happens if that 4th door was not in your budget to make it? So you wouldn't have seen that reaction. Okay, once you've got some sample doors, show them to your friends. You've got to find ways of testing them. Local market is often good. If you go and look at my other video there, what prompted me to, I don't even know what caused me to start that video business idea. But there used to be a guy that traded next to me in quite a few different markets. I'd pitch up somewhere and he'd be my neighbor. I'd be clean across the country a month and a half later and he'd be my neighbor again. You probably find that they made us neighbors because I was in the hammock and in garden furniture business, and they were doors, and they felt, okay, put all of these guys that are making stuff together. So it's probably why we were together a lot. And I've got to say that most of the time they just sat there. Because it's, not everybody needs a door every weekend, But when those that did come through, you only needed 5 in your entire town for that craft market. Those are country shows, by the way. So these guys were doing the country shows properly. But yeah, they were probably selling, I've got an idea, 5, 10 doors a weekend. That's worth it. 5, it doesn't matter. You've got to do the maths and check it out, okay? At the same time, if you can, test the local mall to see what people are reacting to, so that you know where to make your correct stock of those? And if not, well, then run them online. Run your online. I'm going to get to the next one. Don't make your stock until you know, or you're going to end up with stock that's dead stock. And somewhere down the line, you're going to be giving them away to people. Look, please, if you buy this door, will you take that purple one? Thank you. Okay, now marketing. Remember, a business is absolutely useless. You can have the most beautiful products. You could have everything absolutely perfect. And if you don't have buyers, well, then you've got nothing. Okay, so when you get to the marketing side, I believe that the online side is the fastest and laziest way of setting up, because it's a local search business. If you set it up properly, and believe me, I'm going to charge you $3,000 to do this. So there's obviously ways of doing it cheaper, but if you did it properly, this is my $3,000 version, you will probably rank and be getting phone calls within a month, and within 6 months you would have saturated the market, and you would be wiping your opposition out and hardly working on your website anymore. In the beginning, yes, it might be 150 or 200 pages. It might be a whole bunch of social sharing and setting up PBNs and all sorts of nasty online marketing things. But once it's done, there's a high chance that you'll stay ranking for that. There are markets where the world is far more savvy. Here in South Africa, I'm going to rank for a local website, search website. I could probably rank for custom doors in about 48 hours here in South Africa, and not just for one keyword, for 10. Whereas, to be honest, if I was in Plano, Texas, I have a suspicion that it might take me 6 months. So it's a lot of it is to do with the amount of savvy competition you've got. You'd need more reviews, for example, in the USA, perhaps in the UK, Australia, those places. Okay, so bottom line is, for online, you must set up a local search website and set it up properly. Set it up with WordPress, set it up with decent SEO, keyword research, what I call super pages, backlinking, internal linking. Do it right. Don't just put up a pretty website. There's so many blithering idiots, is what I can call it, that are in the website business. They make stunning looking websites, and you as the client has no idea. It's a bit like going to buy a racing car from your local car dealer and then trying to enter into, NASCAR, Formula One. Give me a break, Of course they make nice cars. Of course they look good. Yeah, they go fast. They'll even tell you, this goes fast. It's got a turbo. Can you race with it? Never. So you want to go racing? In other words, marketing, where the buyers phone you every minute. Do it right. Do an SEO-related WordPress website. It's not hard. There's free training. I can show you for free on my website. It's all there. I'll show you the link later. Free. How to set it up free. Hell, I'll even set, if you use my affiliate link, I'll even set the basic WordPress premium site up for you for free too. So there's lots of ways of getting that going. It's a matter of, have you got the time to do the learning curve because you don't have the money, or have you got the money and you pay and have it done? Okay, so it's your choice. But do it, and do it right. Local search website can have your phone ringing forever. Your business will be safe and secure as long as you pay for your hosting every month. Okay, from the offline side, there's lots of cool ideas to market. Remember, doors are a visual thing. There'd be trade shows through the building and decorating shows and all sorts of things. The initial thing would be set up a decent showroom, something that's, you're not having people coming to spend a lot of money and then they pitch up and have to step over, sleeping children through your lounge and end up in a back room where they're all covered in dust in a corner. They're not going to feel very impressed with that. So convert your garage, convert the front of your house, pay for a decent showroom in a mall, or best of all, hook up with somebody and pay them a commission. So somebody who's already got something to do with homes, or so perhaps a decorator, that kind of thing. There's lots of ways of overcoming it. Just remember, the more professional you look, the more branded you look, the more comfortable people look with dealing with you. It's a bit like, are you going to spend $3,000 with a website developer that's got a Gmail address? Of course you're not. Hello. Why would you want to? He hasn't even got a website. Same story. Why would you want to spend $3,000 on a door and he, it looks like he's about to be evicted? from his house. Or he doesn't look like he feeds his dogs or something. Something really. So professionalism is very important. Okay, and then there's lots of ways to market. Other ways, you can wholesale them. You can put up sample doors in decorators' windows. You can do flyers. There's endless marketing ideas. Incidentally, on this side of it, let me go to the next screen. I think it's on there. Yes, it is. On there, I've got a Facebook group that you will only find if you go to this website or these. I think this Things to Make and Sell, it's all over there. It's new. The Facebook group right now is brand new. It's got 6 or 8 members or something. But in time, there's going to be a lot of people on there, and you're welcome to come there and say, okay, Rob, hey, thanks. A year ago I saw your video on doors, and it's going well, and blah, blah, but, I wondered how would be the best way to do flyers. And I'm going to tell you to, and this is not a good idea, so just joke. This is a joke. I'm going to tell you to make tiny little sample doors and hand them out at your local stoplight, or hand them out outside the McDonald's. Sorry, that's funny. Each little door is going to cost you the earth to make, and they're going to look at this door and think, what the hell, and throw it in the bush, and you're going to waste a lot of money. But that's exactly the point. From a marketing point of view, sorry, I'm still laughing in my head. From a marketing point of view, there are ways that work and ways that might be reckless. You're welcome to say what your idea is and let other people, remember, once the group grows, people that are experienced in this are going to be there too, and people that aren't and think, wow, what a good idea. It's just great to interact with like-minded people looking on how to do things that make and sell. Yeah. Wow. Sorry about this. I see this link is wrong. This says, oops. This link says Things to Make and Sell. I'm going to go back there, guys. Give it a second. It's supposed to go back here. It's supposed to say smallbusinessopportunities.co.za. So I'm going to put the link under this video somewhere. It's these words, small business opportunities with a hyphen, and .co.za is the address. I've obviously copied and pasted the two of the same. Things to Make and Sell is my newest site, and I'm going to target things much tighter from there. Small business opportunities is where you would go for the free training on keyword training, on content creation for your website. Pretty much it's how to do your marketing online on there, and business ideas too, just like this. This will be on that site, as it will be on the Things to Make and Sell site, but probably not on the crafting website. On there, it's more kind of knitting and hand-painted things and whatever. The bottom line is you've got to come across the Facebook group. It's where the most of the activity is. Get onto my email list too, because on there I'm going to be sending you ideas. And occasionally I will be producing courses. In fact, not just occasionally. I'll do them when I get the time to solve specific problems. So I'm going to do a course, for example, on how to optimize your images so that they're absolutely perfect on your website, okay? And then I'm going to charge you $9 for that. So what a pleasure to know that you've kind of got it covered. Okay, most important here, I've had to caps this for you. Watch the other video I made for you. It's so important because it covers the keywords and things, and it'll tell you kind of everything else is covered. Great stuff. Done. Thank you. I hope that this inspires you if you were looking at doing things for a door business. If not, let it inspire you to go out there and do custom kitchen doors, or to go out there and hand paint fairies on people's children's prams. Sorry, they're called strollers. I don't know what they're called in your city. But you get where I'm going, is the ideas for businesses are massive if you've done your keyword research and then your business research, your business plan, and you can easily do anything you like. Thank you. Take care. Enjoy the rest of the day. Cheers.